What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Elchen told me you lacked common sense, but you really need to take this more seriously.
She was absolutely right. I hadn't expected to be noticed and had let my guard down, which was unusual in the middle of a fight.
I'll keep your advice in mind and consider it seriously.
Sounds like you are not interested in changing at all, but whatever. So, do you think you can win?
Sharp, indeed. I had planned to play it off lightly, but she saw through me. I really needed to take this more seriously, or Feldway might think I was insane. Preparing for a potential counterattack, I answered her question.
Not right now. There's no opening.
Feldway snickered at that and unexpectedly joined the conversation.
Heh, I should be surprised you are looking away while fighting me. Yet, you claim there's no opening. Ridiculous. Whose words are those?
Shut up. If you hadn't blocked my trump card so easily, I wouldn't be in this mess.
Don't make me laugh. If you hadn't interfered, our plan would have succeeded long ago. Do you know how many times your servant, the Black King Noir, has foiled our plans?
It seemed I had angered him with my aggressiveness.
I had nothing to do with those incidents involving Diablo.
It's the owner's job to take responsibility.
No, we haven't known each other that long.
I have a policy of not taking on unnecessary responsibility. I firmly insisted that I wasn't to blame here.
You are quite cheeky.
I agree. It's impressive how relaxed you are in this situation.
That wasn't a compliment. I mean, shouldn't she be focusing on Leon? Just kidding. I wouldn't say that out loud. That would be asking for trouble.
By the way, who are you?
Oh, me. I am Elchen's mom. You can call me Sylvia.
That was a surprising introduction. Well, elves do live long lives, so it made sense, but I still found it hard to fully accept. My previous life's common sense got in the way. When I glanced over, I saw she was in a close fight, making it odd she found the time to chat. Both Leon and Sylvia-san were dodging each other's attacks by the slimmest margins and countering as if rehearsed. She must have a lot of guts to speak so casually in such circumstances.
So, do you think Leon will pull through? You're his master, right?
You noticed. I won't deny being his master, but I don't think I can do anything here. Honestly, I didn't expect Leon-kun to be this strong.
That response sounded casual, but it was probably the truth. Those two had been on edge since before we arrived, so it wasn't surprising they had lost focus. The current balance would collapse if any part of it was disturbed, so now wasn't the time to relax. But I still wondered what to do about Leon. I had a plan for dealing with Leon, but I wasn't sure if I should act on it. I wanted to wait for the right moment, but now didn't seem like it. The situation was tense, but we were holding steady. If I acted rashly now, I might put us all in more danger. So, I decided to wait and see regarding Leon. Just as I made that decision, I got a complaint from Benimaru.
Rimuru-sama, I know you can afford to wait, but I'm in a tough spot here.
It was rare for Benimaru to complain, but given the circumstances, it made sense. The power gap was just too wide.
It's that bad?
It's really bad.
Indeed, Jahil's specialization in flames gave Benimaru a slight advantage, otherwise, he would have been defeated long ago. The fact that he was still holding on was almost miraculous. So, what to do? The battle would be decided once the balance was broken, but I didn't have the strength to do it. I had a few hidden trump cards, but knowing when to use them was tricky. Besides Leon, Feldway and Jahil seemed too comfortable. We were at a significant disadvantage. Maybe I should eliminate enemies elsewhere and wait for help, or use demon summoning to call in Testarossa. However, doing that might prompt the enemy to do the same, escalating things quickly. The best option seemed to be waiting a bit longer.
Benimaru-kun, hang in there a little longer.
Wait, seriously, I can't hold out much longer.
It had been a while since I heard such a desperate response from Benimaru. With that in mind, I started discussing with Seal-san again to find any other ways to get through this. Ranga, Kumara, and Soi had split up from Rimuru, each heading to support different battles. They didn't consult each other but naturally chose their targets based on the enemy's strength. Ranga was headed for Vega, who had the strongest presence, even surpassing Ranga's. As expected, it was the most intense battlefield.
He seems stronger than me, but if we hold out, Soi and the others will defeat their enemies and come to help.
Ranga had faith in his friends. That confidence allowed him to face the strongest opponents without fear or doubt.
I'm here to help.
Ranga shouted and lunged at Vega. Matal was overjoyed. White Knight Matal, leader of Leon's White Knights, had been struggling to hold his ground. Despite his efforts, his strength had limits. The 5 demon peers under Rain and Misery, Masura, Squall, Ulrich, Alban, and Georg, were all as strong as the old demon lords. However, Vega's existence value was over 10 million, making him far superior. Masora, Rain's talented second-in-command, was excellent at leadership. She often had to cover for Rain's laxity. Despite some of them being incapacitated by Vega's attacks, Masora managed to keep the battle line from collapsing. Madel's restoration magic was crucial in this effort. Normally, these proud demons were very individualistic, but they managed to maintain the front line through cooperation and illusion magic. However, when Ulrich and Alban fell simultaneously, the burden on the remaining fighters increased. Madel's recovery magic couldn't keep up, and defeat seemed imminent. It was at this critical moment that Ranga intervened.
What's this? You dare interfere, you mutt.
Vega was riding high on his newfound power, convinced of his invincibility. He assumed one more opponent wouldn't matter. But that was a mistake. Although Ranga's existence value was less than half of Vega's, his combat experience was invaluable. Constantly shadowing Rimuru, Ranga had witnessed many battles, allowing him to adapt his tactics fluidly. His goal was to get through this without casualties. Understanding this clarified his role.
Use me as a shield and regroup. Reinforcements will come. My lord will not be defeated.
Wagging his tail, Ranga reassured them. Masora and the others understood that Rimuru had arrived. Masora quickly grasped Ranga's plan and adjusted their tactics accordingly.
I will trust your word. Madel, focus on Ranga.
With that, they reorganized their strategy, centering the battle around Ranga. From then on, Vega's confidence began to wane. Ranga, whom he had dismissed, performed exceptionally well. Vega instinctively tried to eliminate Ranga, using his ultimate skill, Evil Dragon King Azi Dahaka, to unleash raw power. Evil Dragon King Azi Dahaka was a skill Vega gained through his unique background as a hybrid of monster and human, modified by Yuki to mimic a slime. His body, composed of magical bacteria, allowed for complete regeneration. As long as a part of him remained, he could revive indefinitely. He could mimic biological structures and absorb skills from prey, leading to his acquisition of the ultimate skill. This skill allowed Vega to absorb power from his targets, similar to Rimuru's gluttonous King Beelzebub, combining abilities like ultraspeed thought, parallel thought, analyze and assess, organic domination, mass reproduction, skill absorption, and multi-layer barrier. Although highly effective, Vega hadn't mastered his powers due to his rapid growth. He could only use organic domination to enhance his body, analyze and assess to identify weaknesses, and skill absorption to weaken enemies. He used ultraspeed thought unconsciously but couldn't manage parallel thinking, failing to capitalize on his overwhelming advantage. Enjoying his power, Vega missed his best chance. And with immense force, Vega's fist struck through Ranga. Vega was puzzled by the lack of impact. He should have pierced through, but felt nothing. He couldn't absorb energy or analyze his enemy. The reason was Ranga's ultimate skill, Stellar Wind King Haster, which turned his body into magical wind. Physical attacks couldn't touch Ranga, who had become a lethal, demonic wind. Anything that contacted Ranga would be damaged by the death-calling wind. In this state, Ranga was pure magic. Similar to Carrion's burst roar, Ranga maintained his form but transformed into destructive energy. This made his physical attacks incredibly powerful. The terrifying aspect needed no explanation. Unlike Carrion, this wasn't a special move but a state change for Ranga. While it consumed more energy, there were no restrictions on entering the magical wind state. This was the strength of someone who could fully utilize their skill. Although Vega had a higher existence value, Ranga's skill set gave him the upper hand.
Ha 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 ha. Looks like your punches don't work on me, do they?
In truth, Ranga was surprised. He had expected Vega to be stronger and had been cautious. Following Rimuru's example, Ranga never let his guard down, especially against someone with more than twice his energy. He even suspected it might be a trap.
Damn you. Show some respect, you mangy mutt.
After Vega's punch landed without effect, he realized too late that his opponent was no fool. Striking Ranga, who had transformed into magical wind, would have hurt him instead. Vega hadn't wrapped his fist in skill-enhanced aura, a critical mistake. Skills could only be countered by skills. If Vega had mastered his ultimate skill, Evil Dragon King Azi Dahaka, he wouldn't be in such a disgraceful situation.
You idiot. I thought you were toying with me, but it seems you were serious. Time for me to act.
With that, Ranga took off at full speed, becoming a jet-black wind that buffeted Vega around. The sound of his movement filled the air, creating afterimages from the ground to the sky, and a howling noise that resonated within the space. Ranga amplified his speed and destructive power through the sound and wind domination of Stellar Wind King Haster, and created a force field using spatial domination. He then unleashed a death storm, within the field using weather domination, leading to the apocalypse that obliterated everything. This move, Apocalypse Howling, was Ranga's most powerful individual attack. Although it could be used as a directional beam, confining it to a space increased its damage efficiency. By containing the target, energy wasn't wasted, leading to a more devastating effect. Vega took the hit directly but survived. Despite not mastering Evil Dragon King Azidahaka, the skill still influenced his body subconsciously. Vega's tenacity allowed him to regenerate using organic domination and mass reproduction before being killed. His magicule count was considerable. Vega let out a furious bellow.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
He glared at Ranga, then took a deep breath and spat out.
This has been a long string of battles, and I'm tired. Let's call it a draw for today. Prepare for next time. See ya.
Vega's cowardice also made him adept at sensing danger. Realizing the situation was turning against him, he decided to retreat. Ranga had no objections. Vega withstanding his strongest attack showed he had a higher existence value. Ranga knew he couldn't defeat Vega without finishing him with that blow. His goal was to buy time, so forcing Vega to retreat was a success. Thus, his decision not to pursue was correct. And so, the battle with Vega, the fiercest of the battlefields, concluded. Everyone was pleased with Ranga's intervention, but Masura pondered.
This Ranga is Rimuru-sama's pet, right? How is he this strong?
The disparity was baffling. Masura had a sense of Vega and Ranga's energy levels since any good fighter needed to gauge their opponent's strength. From her perspective, Ranga was a serious contender, but Vega seemed the more formidable. Yet, Ranga had emerged as the clear victor. She had intended to use Ranga as a shield and regroup, but now felt somewhat let down.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Justa Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sankas Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyros, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadel, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibul, Potate, Thanacorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.